What is up, YouTube? Corey here, as always, with your daily dose of wisdom. We're going to be getting into the breath today and why it's so important to cultivate conscious breathing into your life. We eat, we sleep, we drink, but we don't consciously breathe. And why is that? What could conscious breathing actually do to benefit us, right? And a big part of conscious breathing is presence, right? And that presence of the moment. You're not in the thinking mind. And that's a big part of breathing, is putting the awareness in the breath and not breathing in through your mouth. No, don't breathe like that. You're a mouth breather. I would rather you call me retard, dumbass, whatever you're gonna call me, rather than mouth breather. That's the worst thing you could call me. Right? We're breathing deeply, nasally. Right? That you're breathing into the diaphragm too. And when you cultivate this and you consciously focus on breathing throughout the day, it brings a different state of consciousness into your daily life. Right? There's various different altered states of consciousness that we can achieve through just breathing. Right? A lot of people take drugs and whatnot to get to altered states of consciousness, but you can do that with just the breath and these different breathwork methods known as holotropic breathing, right? There's so many different ways and takes on holotropic breathing, but ultimately they all give a similar result, right? They have the deep nasal inhale quickly, right? You're filling up your diaphragm up into your chest and out. Or you can do the double inhale into the stomach, inhale into the chest and with your mouth. Right? You could do that. And when you do these for prolonged periods of time, they induce psychedelic-like states of consciousness. So it's very interesting what the natural human body is capable of achieving, right? And these mystical experiences that can come from simply just breathing, right? You're high on life. And high on life, what is that we're high on? Is the life force energy, right? We've heard for thousands of years in these ancient traditions and cultures, right? All these different names for life force energy. The chi, the prana, kundalini, whatever you want to call it, almost every ancient culture with any sort of self-realization or spiritual connotations in it all allude to a life force energy, right? Dating back thousands of years. And what this life force energy is what animates the human body, right? Or when you breathe in, that's the energy that keeps the blood flowing, that keeps the brain going, right? We have mind, body, and spirit, and the mind and body are dependent on this life force energy, right? So you have the chakras, which are essentially the energy centers of your body, the 7 energy centers of the human body, right? This life force energy is controlled there in these spinning wheels, right? They're not physical, but a metaphysical idea of where these energy, with this metaphysical energy pools, right? Where it collects. And through deep meditation, you can actually feel these different energy points and feel what they correspond with. Right? And there's all different practices, visualizations, locks, right? You have the throat lock for your throat chakra. You have the stomach vacuum, the stomach lock for your stomach chakra, right? For the solar plexus chakra, sorry. All these different practices, exercises to cultivate the most life force energy, but it all starts with the breath. It all starts with conscious breathing. So I'll give you a couple different various methods where you have 4-4-4 breathing, just simple 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, right? That's one of the first ones I started with, 4-4-4, 5-5-5, same premise, right? And then you have 4-7-8 breathing, where it's 4 seconds in, 7 seconds hold, and then 8 seconds out, right? I posted a video on that one on TikTok, and some guy commented, like, that's negative breath. I can't do that, which was funny. I just thought I'd share that. But no, it's not negative breath. You gain control of your body through the breath, right? When you focus on the breath, you start to notice you start to gain more of a self-awareness, be in the present moment, like I said before, and you also start to notice your own body more, right? When you start to notice the ways you're standing, the way your tongue is sitting in your mouth, the way you move your hands, the subtleties that other unconscious people typically don't notice. You are becoming hyper aware when you're constantly focusing on the breath. And I'm constantly throughout the day, it's almost impossible for me now to forget the breath. Not impossible. That's what enlightenment is. It's impossible for them to not be present, right? Unwavering presence. But the breath, it brings you closer to that. The breath is one step in this path. So understanding and just always putting a mindfulness into your own breathing can bring a lot of fruit into your life, a whole lot of fruit, because it's not only going to help your attentiveness, your awareness, you're going to be more attentive in relationships with people that you have. You're going to be more focused on your work. You're going to have higher energy. All these different things come from breath. People are tired. People feel like shit all day because they don't know how to breathe. I lived with some kid over the summer 2 years ago during football camp, and this kid was falling asleep like this every night. Didn't know how to breathe. He's watching Family Guy. Because he didn't know how to breathe, right? Good kid, very good kid, but he just didn't understand how to breathe, right? And you would see that he'd be tired, he'd be eating crappy food, right? And that it all stems at the breath. And you start to cultivate breath in your life. The next thing is going to be diet, and the next thing is going to be getting rid of all these plastics that we're always using and fully embodying this holistic lifestyle. So I think the breath is the most important thing that we can start to focus on. Just put awareness in the breath. That's my message for today, is to put awareness in the breath and make it a conscious practice, right? Conscious eating, conscious breathing, conscious sleeping, lucid dreaming. I'll make a video on that. Conscious drinking. Feel the water down your throat every time. It's just about cultivating presence. And when you are consciously doing all of your actions, you are beginning to create this unwavering presence for yourself. And there's no sorrow, unhappiness, fear, guilt. There's none of that in the present moment. And that's what all these spiritual teachings are leading to, right? That's what they all allude to. How do we cultivate unwavering presence? And to cultivate unwavering presence, everything starts in the breath. Because the breath is the one thing that you're doing all day. You're breathing all day. How often do you truly put your awareness in it? Put your awareness in the breath and feel it. Feel that energy flowing through your blood when you take a deep inhale, right? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Feel the oxygen going through your blood. Feel your head rush that you get from just taking one deep breath. There's been studies that show 6 deep breaths calm the nervous system, calm heart rate, calm blood pressure, right? Just 6 full inhale and exhales completely calm the nervous system from anxiety, depression, fear, right? All of that is being outside of the present moment, and a couple of breaths bring you right back into it. The fuck is all these medications that they're feeding us to, oh, you're depressed, you're anxious. Like, you don't know how to breathe. It's ridiculous. They're giving you medication to not be they're giving you medication to not be anxious and depressed. They're giving you medication just to be comfortable in your own skin. But that person doesn't even know how to breathe properly. It's outlandish. You fix all those problems with simple breath. So that's my message for you today. And I'll see y'all in the fucking